Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge Fate Stay Night Remastered in Unlimited Bladeworks Timeline. Beim letzten Mal wurde ja selber von Castor übernommen und Shiro ist dabei beinahe draufgegangen, weshalb er dann von Tosaka zu Tosaka nach Hause gebracht wurde, oder eher gesagt gerettet wurde. Und Tosaka und Archer sind schon losgegangen, um Castor zu konfrontieren. Und Shiro ist jetzt alleine hinterher. I was in front of the train station before I realized it. My hazy mind moves with only vague images. That she's there. It's ordering me to go there to look for her. I don't know why I'm drawn here. My bright brain only thought of this building. Then I can only follow my instincts. I don't have any other way to find Tosaka to start with. Whatever that may be, I can only cling to something. Oben auf dem Dach. I go out to the rooftop. The wind that blows high up is cold and cools my heated head down a bit.
なんで
Ja, warum wohl? Im Grunde, weil er einen Schaden hat, aber hey. A faint gasp. Tosaka was looking down at the town from the rooftop, just as she had been that night.
帰りなさい。何のつもりか知らないけど、目障りよ、あなた。
She looks at me angrily. Behind me. There is someone silently telling me that it's not my turn. I'm not leaving, I will leave with you. We promise that we are going to fight together, right? I pull my hazy mind together with force and somehow move my mouth.
そんな約束忘れなさい。だいたい今のあなたに何ができるっていうのよ。セイバーを失ったあなたにマスターの相手は務まらない。
That is.
それにあなたが戦う必要なんてもうないわ。マスターじゃなくなったんだから教会に逃げ込めば安全よ。あとはおとなしくしていれば聖杯戦争は終わってくれる。
I almost faint hearing those words. Don't be ridiculous, I can't leave Sarah like that. Look, I already said I'm going to fight, so I'm going to fight until the end no matter. Good. My vision turns red. I can't talk. Just by yelling, all the muscles in my body cramp up and I feel like I'm going to die.
それ見なさい。今まではセイバーの助けがあったけど、なくなればそうなるのよ。いい？エミヤ君。人間は傷つけば死ぬの。あなたのその傷だって本来なら致命傷なんだから。
Damn it. I know that already. I know, but I'm in so much pain that the words I need to say can't come out.
それにセイバーがどうのこうのって言うけど、それはあなたが気にかける問題じゃないわ。エミヤ君はマスターじゃなくなったんだから、セイバーがどうなろうと関係ないでしょ。
It does concern me. This pain is proof that I've been saved by Saber until now. No, even if I'm not a master. Saber hated it. How can I let her be controlled by someone like that?
そう。けどあなたは無力よ。いいわ。あなたが認めようとしないのなら代わりに私が言ってあげる。今のあなたじゃセイバーを助けることなんてできない。
The heat disappears. Even the boiling in my mind flows with those cold-hearted words.
話はここまでよ。セイバーはいなくなってマスターでもなくなった。聖杯戦争なんていう殺し合いに巻き込まれる理由はなくなったんだから、ここで白は降りなさい。
Tosaka turns around and leaves. Oof. Amidst the wind blowing at the building, Tosaka hits the ground without any hesitation. Idiot, what are you thinking? I reach out frantically. There's no need for that. The Red Knight appears beside Tosaka as if to protect her. Even if she jumps from this height, she should be able to land without the problem if she has a servant. Tosaka's lips move slightly. I can't hear what she said, but her eyes that look at me. You will die if you get involved any longer. She coldly tells me like it's a final warning. The heat that had cooled down returns. My thoughts get confused from the pain and heat. I can't save Saber. There's no reason for Shiro Emiya to fight. My wound hurts. I repeat those words in my head as I look down at the night view that swallowed Tosaka. Ich wollte gerade sagen, haben wir jetzt das nächste Interlude? Ja. It is a silent night. The wind blowing through the mountain forest is gentle, and the rustling of the trees is as faint as a whisper. There are no birds singing about winter or beasts howling at the moon. There's only one passage that leads to the Ryōdo temple. The long stone stairs remain peaceful tonight as well, but others do not know. This place has already withstood 5 wars, each one a fight to the death. Many servants have challenged the Ryōdo temple. Berserker, Lancer, Rider, Saber and Archer. The mountain is able to calmly enjoy the darkness thanks to the sorcerer that completely draws those 5 away. The long sword moves. Fortunately, it was a moonless night. The crescent-shaped arc of the moving sword is so elegant that the moon would be ashamed of itself if it saw it.
聞いているのですか、アサシン。あなたには門番を続けてもらうと言ったのです。
He ignores the purple mage caster. Assassin lowers his longsword and glances at the forest without interest.
邪魔者がいてな。おかしな鳥を見かけたので切ってみたが、血も出なければ悲鳴もあげぬ。これはお前の同胞か、キャスター。
そう。監視役の使い魔ね。バーサーカーのマスターか、あのお嬢さんか。どちらにせよ、ここもそう長くは持たない。
Caster walks to the forest and looks down at the thing fallen on the ground. It is the corpse of an owl. A bird made out of crystal. A simple yet excellent spine creation probably made by Archer's master.
あのお嬢さんも運がないわね。もう少し無能なら教え子にしてあげてもよかったのに。
She steps on it. The amethyst crystals are crushed to pieces and scattered on the ground shining like stars.
こんな輩も多いですし。マスターの守護は任せましたよ、アサシン。マスターが死んでしまっては、私も消えざるを得ない。消えたくなければ死ぬ気で門を守りなさい。
さて、死ぬ気でというのは難しいな。この小次郎、生まれてこの方、生きているという実感がない。そのようなものに決死を命じても無意味ではないかな、キャッ。
減らず口よ。勘違いはしないことね、アサシン。あなたは私が呼び出したサーバントよ。奴隷は奴隷らしく振る舞いなさい。いいこと？主人に忠誠を誓えないのなら、ここで消してしまうだけよ。
There's only enmity and contempt in Caster's voice. To her, assassin is only a tool. It is annoying enough for a tool to be talking, so it is natural for her to get irritated when it starts talking sarcastically.
そうか、それはしたり。カゲロウのごとき我が命だが、今消されるのは困る。一つ約束をしてしまったのでな。できるのならば果たしたいのだ。
なら言葉を慎みなさい。あなたはただここを守っていればいい。ええ、それが果たせた暁にはあなたを本物にしてあげるわ。宝具も持たない下級のあなたが英霊になれるのだから、命を懸ける価値はあるでしょ。
心配は無用だ。元より閣僚の身、与えられた役割は演じきってみせよう。だがいいのかな、キャスター。 私も主人に忠実ではないが、お前とて不義理ではないか。こたびの件、マスターには内密であろう。
At that instant, Assassin's body explodes. An explosive sound. The curse caster implanted into his body when he was summoned has exploded. The trees sway. Assassin is blown away and slammed into the forest, his chest pierced by his own webs. His figure looks like a blooming flower.
これはまた日に日に度が過ぎていくな、キャスター。
黙りなさい。次に同じことを言わせるのなら、あと5日を待たずに消し去るだけよ。
まったく、女と精進は手に負えんというが、お前はいささか行き過ぎだ。
The fleshy servant stands up slowly. Even though his ribs are coming out of his chest and he's bloody all over, the servant does not lose his elegance.
そのような目で睨むな。美しい顔が台無しだぞ、キャスター。分かっている。お前のマスターには全て内密に行うのだろう。セイバーを捕らえたことも、私という門番がいることも隠し通す。良い美談ではないか。主人を思うその心意気、あの男に通じるといいのだ
アサシン、あなた。
な。何、ただの負け惜しみだ。どうあろうとお前には手を挙げられぬのだから、この門は守る。何があろうと守り通そう。だが、そういうお前はどこに行く？私の守りは信用できぬか？
当然でしょう。あなたはただの保険よ。けどそれも終わり。セイバーさえ手に入れれば、こんなひなびた場所を神殿にすることもないわ。
陣地替えか。となると、確かに私は用済みだが、このお山に勝る霊地があるとでも？
ええ、多少は劣るようだけど、私にふさわしい場所があるわ。それに遠からずそこには足を運ぶのですもの。今すぐに行っても問題はないでしょう。
Assassin's expression, which has been cool throughout, clouds up. Caster must have been satisfied to see that, as a glossy lip smile.
そう。私たちの勝利は揺るがないのだから。新しい陣地と聖杯。それにセイバーという駒まで揃えた。これなら乗り気でない私のマスターも、私の方針に異論は挟めないでしょう。
That is true. No matter how much Caster's master, Cedric wants to stay silent, he will have no choice but to fight if the conditions line up so perfectly. But what is more certain than that is...
つまらない戦いはおしまい。聖杯さえ手に入れれば、恐れるものは何もない。そう。誰であろうと、私を阻むことはできなくなるのですからね。
Her loud laughter soiled the night. The purple mage expresses her victory proudly. The swordman with the long sword gives her a side glance and looks up at the sky. The time is near. No matter what the result may be, there are only 5 days remaining. Even though the number of days are unlikely to be used up, the swordsman who had survived the bloodbath felt that this would be a battle that could not be easily resolved. Ich weiß leider nicht mehr, wo sie hin wollte. Das habe ich nicht mal im Kopf gehabt. And I fall. I can't even breathe properly. The wound on my shoulder is red and swollen, and it hurts like crazy when I breathe. I am unable to stay conscious. If I let my guard down, I will fall asleep immediately. No, I'm not even sure if I'm awake in the first place. It's not even clear how I made it back here from that rooftop, or why I came home. My thoughts become ambitious. The only certain thing is my beating heart. Tosaka told me not to get involved, because I'm powerless and don't have a reason to fight anymore. But that is wrong. I knew more than anyone that I was powerless. I had a different reason for fighting. I can't just let it become a scar. Losing against others is inevitable. I'm used to getting knocked down and I know that it's vexing that I can't reach them no matter what I do. But that is only when my opponent is someone else. I can't lose against myself. There is no factor that would make me lose if our powers are equal. To submit to an opponent like that would be like declaring that I'm wrong. Oof, my wand distorts. The blood seeps through my bandage. I hold it down with my right hand and glare at the darkness with my fading consciousness. The memory from 10 years ago. The words of the man that was my father. Even if I was wrong from the start, there's nothing wrong with the path I took. I wanted to become a hero of justice, so that incident wouldn't just become a sad past. A time where everyone would be happy. I held on to the ideal, when nobody would shed tears for 10 years. Then, it doesn't matter how much my mind doesn't function. What needs to be done had been determined from the start. I didn't fight because I became a master. I decided to fight because I believed that since it was something I could do it was something I must do. Finally, I finally remembered something that was so obvious. Tosaka, no matter how much you tell me, if I believe it is right, I will believe in this path until the very end. I can't just quit like this, and I won't let her fight by herself. For that sake, I will sleep now. I won't let her call me a burden. I will heal this wound in the night. And when I wake up in the morning, I will definitely catch up to her and finally repay her for what she did that night. Den 11. Februar. 12. Moonlight 2. Wey, und der nächste Interlude. 12.1. The stone room is illuminated by the light of dawn. The light that comes in from the ceiling dilutes the darkness underground. Every entrance and window is sealed off, but even that cannot block the sunlight. Even this place that should be closed off in the darkness benefits from the break of dawn. Whether it's an entrance or window, they were originally created to let things in or out. The cracks cannot be covered, and besides it can't fulfill its duty as a passage if it's completely closed off. If one wants to completely avoid the sunlight, there cannot be any entrances from the outset. If one prefers darkness, they should dive underground to the bottom without a way to return. In that regard, this underground sanctuary is not perfect. The sunlight exposes all secrets without reservation. The hidden sanctuary was easily discovered, and the owner was eliminated just as easily. There are traces of blood on the floor. The original owner of the sanctuary was defeated by an intruder. The supervisor of the Holy Grail, Kirikotomine, was removed from the stage by Caster's hand. That battle was already a few hours ago. The underground regained its silence. The new owner of the church is standing still in the darkness. But the winner scorns herself. Caster glares at the darkness with an irritated look. First of all, she doesn't like the sanctuary. Neither the hidden sanctuary nor the secret sanctuary hidden beneath it suits her taste. The light that comes in is unpleasant, and she didn't like the priest that she finished off earlier either. And most of all, the most important objective has not been accomplished yet. She was shocked at how poorly things were going, and she even considered reducing this place to ashes. Fortunately, she restrained herself from such an atrocity. It's not because she regained her composure, nor is it out of respect towards the church. She suppressed her emotions solely because of the sound, this faint periodic noise. The painful voice that escapes from the woman is like heavenly music to her ears. For the time being, she enjoys the spectacle. The groaning sounds of pain come from a girl. The voice that escapes her mouth is too weak. Her anguish would cause those who listen to feel the desire to protect her or sadistic feelings on the contrary. Of course, she is elated. Sweat drips down her forehead. Just from watching her cute lips bearing the pain, the cold room seems to get warmer.
大したものね、セイバー。レイジの縛りを一晩中拒み続けるなんて、私たちでは考えられないわ。
In the back of the sanctuary, the girl tied from the ceiling can only pant. As long as Seba continues to defy the command spell, she has no free will. Additionally, magecraft is so strong that it is visible towards her whole body. The command spell pressures her from the inside, and caster's magecraft tortures her from the outside. Saber's reasoning is disappearing. Even then, the last remnants of her pride are keeping her at bay. Neither the binding of the command spell nor caster's magecraft can take away her underlying principles. Therefore, the torture lasts forever. Caster watches that process, the girl desperately holding out with joy. It was Caster's idea to put her in a white dress. Rustic armor is not appealing, and most of all it does not suit her. If she is an innocent saint, then she should be in a pure white dress when she falls.
けなげなこと。いくらあなたの意志が拒み続けても、サーバントとして作られたその体は別よ。レイジュが少しずつ侵食しているのがわかるでしょ。あなたはあと一日も経たずに私のものになる。ならもう降参して素直になった方が楽じゃなくて？
The voice resists painfully. Even though her reasoning is mated, she will not yield to Caster. Just as Caster says, she will put up with the torture until the command spell fully controls her body in the very end.
強情ね、セイバー。ええ、けど許してあげる。私、あなたみたいな娘は好きよ。金の髪も小さな体も少年のような凛々しさも可愛いわ。それに裏切るぐらいなら死を選ぶ一途さも愛らしい。ほんと踏み潰してあげたいぐらい。
She stares at the girl with eyes mixed with hatred and pleasure. If Caster puts her mind to it, she could get Saber to surrender in an instant. Saber's freedom is taken away just from one command spell. Then the result is obvious. If she corners her with two command spells, Sarah will become Caster's without the need for such torture. But she will not do such an inelegant thing. Caster should take her time finishing her, since Saber is her lovely tool.
そうね。レイジュで体を支配するなんて退屈ですもの。あなたには自分から私のサーバントになってもらいましょう。ええ。体ではなく、先に心を壊してあげる。
She now holds the strongest piece in her own hands. There is nothing threatening her victory. The whereabouts of the Holy Grail is a concern, but that is a matter of time, just as she decided to enjoy the fall of the King of Knights as a reward for her evil scheme.
そこで何をしている、キャスター。
Suddenly, an emotionless voice calls from behind. She turns around immediately. Above the sanctuary, someone slowly makes his way down the stairs that lead outside. A lean, ghost-like figure appears from the darkness. There are no footsteps, nor a present to be felt. The man comes down into the sanctuary and keeps a straight face even after seeing the bloodstains on the floor and the girl tied from the ceiling.
宗一郎様
Caster's attitude changes right away. Her expression changes from irritation and pleasure to that of a tense servant.
なぜここにあなたには竜道寺にいるようお願いしたはずですが。
質問は私が先だ、キャスター。ここで何をしていると聞いたのだが。
The man, Shorichiro Kuzuki's voice does not change. A voice with no inflection is more terrifying than any threat. An emotionless voice is like a mirror, an awareness of one's guilt. This voice is more fearful and to those who have greater guilt. She is not being questioned by Kuzuki but by her own self. Caster holds her chest and reports to the whole story to Kuzuki. He is not someone who can be fooled. No, he is the only one to whom she cannot lie.
昨日マスターの一人であるエミヤシローからサーバントを奪いました。エミヤシローは逃しましたが、すでにマスターではありません。
そうか。だがそんな指示を下してはいない。
私の独断です、マスター。その後、聖杯の器を手に入れるために教会を襲いました。聖杯の管理役である神父は仕留めましたが、聖杯の行方は不明です。
そちらも独断か。帰還しなかったのは聖杯が見つからなかったからだな。確かにせっかく手に入れた場所だ。肝心のものを手に入れないまま留守にしては意味がない。
Kuzuki's words are not blaming her. But Caster only felt ashamed of herself. She killed the priest who knew the whereabouts of the Holy Grail, but she has yet to obtain it. On top of that, her arbitrary decisions that she needed to keep secret were revealed. What else can she call this other than a failure?
状況は分かった。理由を説明できるか、キャスター。
申し訳ありません。ですがこれも全てマスターのため。私の目的はあなたを勝利させることだけです。理由などそれ以外にはありません。
A long silence. After hearing Caster's strong declaration, Cedric simply murmurs, I see.
ではここから離れるわけにはいかんな。留守中、他のマスターに聖杯を見つけられては、お前の苦労も無駄になる。
では、マスター。
納得のいくまで調べるがいい。それまでは私もここに残ろう。お前一人では戦いに向かん。セーバーが手駒になるまで護衛は必要だろう。
いえ、それには及びません。マスターに力を借りずとも手駒はありますし、聖杯の探索とてどれほどかかるか。それにここは危険です。竜道寺に戻られた方があなたの身は安全です。
正論だ。だがそれでは私の目的が果たせなくなる。
Those words were unexpected for Caster. He did not have any objective. What kind of objective can this man have when he has no interest in the Holy Grail that can grant any wish?
宗一郎様、それは。
急げよ。なければないでいい。成果は問わん。結果だけを出すがいい。
He tells her simply and goes back up the stairs. Caster watches him dumbfounded. The darkness is still silent. The footsteps heading above ground cannot be heard. Und ich würde sagen, dass ich an dem Punkt dann auch diese Folge beenden werde. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.